I want to show you how to use Miro Whiteboard as a way of giving formative feedback on one of your students' drafts. So to get to Miro Whiteboard, we need to go to the Miro website. So I'm going to go to Google and I'm just going to type in miro.com at the top. And at this point, you'll need to sign up for a free account. So you just do that by clicking on the blue button there. Okay, I already have an account, so I'm going to go to login. And you can see it remembers me here. So I'm just going to click on sign in. And it's going to take me to the Miro welcome page. Okay, so what can we see here on the screen? First of all, we can see that I'm using the free account here. Now the free account means that you're limited to only 3 whiteboards. It's a bit like Padlet in that sense. If you go over 3 whiteboards and you want to add a 4th one, you're going to need to delete one of the pre-existing boards. Okay, but I think the free version is good to get you started using this. But if you do find that you like it and you start to accumulate more whiteboards, then we can put you onto the paid for account here. And as you can see, I've got 4 different whiteboards there. Okay, but the free account is good enough for now. We can also see here that I've got 114 users. These are basically 114 students that have joined my whiteboards, okay, and have collaborated with me. Okay, so let's see how we can use this tool. You've got a couple of choices. You can either use templates, and you can see here that there's a popular template called the mind map. This will create a mind map template for you, and all you and the students need to do is to basically work with the template. But what I like to do is to create new blank boards. So I'm going to click on that one there, new board, new team board. And again, it's going to ask me if I want to use a template. Okay, you could also explore the icebreaker templates. They frequently feature in Miro tutorials on YouTube. But I don't care about that for now. I'm just going to close this and create a blank one. Okay. Now, when you come to this whiteboard here, there's a couple of things that you need to tell students. First of all, you need to tell them that if they're using a mobile phone, they're not going to be able to use the menu bar on the left-hand side. The menu bar only shows up when students are using a laptop or a computer. So if you want them to interact with you, or if they want to interact with you, they're going to need to be using a laptop or a computer. Okay? We can immediately change the name of the whiteboard, and it's all being saved automatically up here. So I'm just going to call this Reflections Feedback. Okay? And just click outside of it. You can see it's automatically changed it here. So then you probably want to share the whiteboard with your students so that they can work on the whiteboard with you. And the way that you do that is by clicking on the blue button over here. So you click on share, and then you click on this one here, copy team invite link. So copy that. And then at that point, you would either put it into the Zoom chat and ask them to click on it, or you could set this up in advance and put it on a Canvas module page and send them an announcement and say, okay, please click on this link to prepare for the lesson that is coming up with me face to face. Okay, so let's say we've given them the link. And at this point, it starts to get quite fun because you'll start to see the students show up here as users, and then they'll start to kind of move around the board. You can see their names moving around the board. They look like little flies, kind of and it's quite exciting because you know that you're going to get some engagement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the menu bar on the left-hand side, and I'm going to choose the sticky note option. And I'm going to drag my favorite colored sticky note onto the middle of the screen, resize it a little bit by holding my finger in the corner and moving it out like that. If I want to move it on the screen, I just click outside of it, hold my finger on it, and then move it like this. If I want to zoom out of the screen so that I can see more information on the screen, just click outside of the sticky note and then just zoom in and out like that. I'm going to use this sticky note to create the task. So I click on it and I immediately start typing. And this is the task. Please give feedback to one of your classmates on their reflection draft. Okay, so that's what the students are going to do. I can also, change the alignment of this by clicking here and then clicking here. I can put that in bold if I want by clicking here. I can even make it a little bit more fun by clicking on the More Apps button, bottom left, and then clicking on the emojis thing. And I could, type in teacher here, and I could drag this guy over here. It's very colorful. There's a lot of options, okay? Especially in this in this more options, more apps area here. You can see that the emojis has now been added to the menu bar there. Okay? So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to demonstrate feedback for the students so that they can copy my style of giving feedback to their classmates. Now, this is a great way of giving giving feedback to many students when you have many students on a module. You obviously don't have time to give feedback to every individual student, but you can certainly model the feedback for one of your students and then ask the students to do the same thing for one of their classmates. So what I would do at this stage is go to the More Apps button, and then I'm going to click on the Upload button. And what I'm going to do is click on My Device, and I'm going to upload a reflection that I know I can model some feedback on. So I'm going to click on Open, and you can see that the student's draft has appeared on the screen. Okay, now if I hold my finger on it, I can move it out of the way here. Remember, if I click outside of the documents and then zoom out, I can see more information on the screen. So I can move this here. I can resize it like I showed you before, okay? But this is just the cover page, right? So let's say if I want to get more of those pages from the document onto the screen, I can click on it and then go to this button, Extract Pages. And I know that I don't want to give feedback on the whole of the document. I just want to give it on page 3, okay? So I'm going to hit Enter. And then it's going to bring up, just a manageable piece of writing that I can see on the screen, okay? So let's just make this look nice on the screen by zooming out. Okay, so one of the first things that I noticed when I saw the student's writing is that that paragraph is too long and it's going to give the marker a headache. So I'm going to give some feedback to that student, okay? I'm going to go now to the comment function here, click on that, drag it onto the screen here, and then I can start to type a comment, okay? So I'm going to say, please divide this paragraph, it's too long, okay? Now, with the students having joined my whiteboard, I could even tag this student by going to the @ symbol like this, and it's going to bring up all of those students on the whiteboard. And you will know whose draft this is because it's going to have their name against it, but you can tag them and then that will send them a notification that they need to go to their draft and see the feedback. I'm not going to do that for now, okay? I'm just going to click Enter like that, okay? And the comment is done. And now I can hold my finger on it like this and I can move it around. I can take that line and I can put it directly to the area where I think that it applies like that. And I can zoom out like this. Okay. So it's very similar to Canvas in that sense. You've got comments on the student's draft, but you can really fill this up, with a lot of different, pages of student's draft. And then you can ask the students to start giving feedback to each other. I don't know, perhaps the task could be, please give, you can click on this, please give 3 pieces of feedback to one of your classmates on their reflection draft, okay? So you model 3 bits of feedback and then they do the same thing, okay? Now the whiteboard will then start to fill up. It's quite exciting. You can see the students are, really learning a lot, and it's satisfying for you. The last thing that you probably want to do at the end of the lesson is to try and get this whiteboard into your Canvas site. So the way that we're going to do that is we're going to click on the export tool at the top here, and then we're going to click on the embed option here. So I'm going to click on embed, and then I'm going to click on that embed code there. it's been copied. I'm going to go to the website, the Managing People website, my Canvas website, go to units, and then I'm going to go down to, I don't know, let's say here, practice writing reflections, click on that. And then if I just go to edit, and then if I come down to here, I can then go to insert, I can go to embed, and then I can copy that code. Click submit. And now I've embedded the Miro Whiteboard into the page on Canvas. Click save. Okay, go to student view. And now when the student comes to the page to see the record of the learning that had taken part, they can just click on that board. And if they participated in the lesson, then they'll be able to see that record of everything that we did. And it will remain here, okay, until you delete the whiteboard. All right, so they can see all of that feedback, and it's as if they were just back in the, the whiteboard from before.